I just want to say, and echo what's been said before, the National Lawyers Guild absolutely has your back. For those people who are on the front lines, immigrants, our Muslim sister and brothers, LGBTQ, lesbian, gay, transgender, queer people, we absolutely have your back. And to also echo what Raul said, when we fight, we win. We saw that when the President of the United States had this unconstitutional and illegal order barring people from 7 Muslim countries. When we fight, we win. We went into the courts. People like Attorney Susan Church from National Lawyers Guild in Boston, they went into the courts and they won. And they continued to fight through the Ninth Circuit Appeals Court on the West Coast, and we blocked that unconstitutional order. So when we stand together, we win. When we fight, we win. And now, without any other further comments from me, I'd like to turn over the microphone to a wonderful woman who's an artist, an activist, and teaches at Rhode Island School of Design right up the hill.
Salam khahara, baradarha. I'm Sha Solani. I am an Iranian, a child of 2 political refugees who were persecuted for what they were fighting for in Iran in 1979. We fear what we do not know. We do not know what is actually happening in the Middle East, but we fear it. We can understand, or we could try to understand, but we will never know. And I think our job is to try to learn, to not thrive on fear or thinking about people being terrorists because they might look or fit a certain identity or type, but to educate one another. I was sitting on the plane on my way back to Cincinnati, where my parents live, Middle East and the Midwest, and was sitting next to a woman who heard me say salam on the phone to my father, and immediately asked me, "Where are you from?" And I said, "I'm from here. You know, I was born here. I didn't speak English until I was like 6 or 7, but I'm from here." And she's like, but what were you speaking?" And I was like, I was speaking Farsi. And she's like, "Oh, where's that from?" It's like, "Well, that's from the Middle East." She's like, "Oh, are your parents citizens?" And it was yes, yeah, they are. They became citizens somewhat recently. And she completely changed her. She's like, "Oh, that's so great that you're citizens, and that's so beautiful that you're a citizen. Aren't your parents angry at all of those people that are coming over that aren't citizens? Aren't they so mad that they worked so hard to like become citizens here, but then all these people are coming over and expecting that they could become citizens?" And my answer was no. And that's because she probably feared what she did not understand. My parents left their country because they were in fear of their lives. They were in hiding for 3 or 4 years. My mother was imprisoned. She was raped. She was tortured by the Islamic regime. We demonize Middle Eastern governments, but we don't understand what they do to their people. And when they oftentimes come here in search of salvation, in search of political asylum, in search of refuge, we cannot turn them away. This is what our nation has been founded on, and that is why my parents weren't sent back and weren't killed in Iran, because they were able to seek political asylum here. So I urge you, I mean, I teach art, so for me and my students, I think a lot about how can we raise awareness in alternative means. Not everyone's going to read a book. Not everyone's going to go to a protest. Not everyone's going to write. You might watch the news, but it might not be, you know, giving you the full picture. As artists, we are able to create language visually. Visuals are something that are universal, and we can speak in a language that can communicate to multiple groups of people. I urge you to recondition, re-educate, and talk to anyone you can to just try to get them to understand or to learn. We're all in this together, and my father always has said to me that if he did not keep fighting for what he believed in, there wasn't going to be a change. And change doesn't happen quickly. It happens very slowly. But we all need to keep fighting. So, in solidarity. Thank you.